Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Matt, and as you can see, I've got a very special video for you guys. This is some very early armor kill gameplay. It is on Bandar Desert, it's a game of Rush, and it's a 19 kill streak in the AC-130, a vehicle which everyone's been very excited about seeing in the game, so I hope you enjoy this gameplay. Now, obviously, this is on PlayStation 3 because it came out today. For anyone who didn't know, it dropped today on Battlefield 3, 4th September. And obviously, premium players who have a PlayStation 3 get it early, not only because of premium, but also because PlayStation gets all DLC early. So it'll be coming out within the next week and 2 weeks for all consoles and premium and non-premium players, retrospectively. But I thought you'd enjoy the gameplay because it kind of shows you the whole map in general. It's pretty cool to see footage like this of the AC-130. I do have some footage of the A10 War Dog or you know, the A10 fighter plane gameplay coming up, so stay tuned for that if you want to see any of that. That'll be coming up in a later video. Now, I must say early on, this isn't my gameplay. Once again, my good friend Twixkiller has allowed me to use his gameplay, so I'll leave a link to his channel at the bottom. Please go check him out. But he's allowed me to use his gameplay from PS3 because obviously I don't have premium on PlayStation. But I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Now, as you can see, this is a game of Rush, which means they brought Rush onto the the large-scale maps, because I'm unaware if Bandar Desert is actually the map. But of the 4 new maps, one of them is actually the largest map Battlefield have ever made. And they've also brought along a snow map, which I think is in the night time, which is something that everyone's been asking for, a snow map on Battlefield 3. So that is pretty cool. Unfortunately, with Armor Kill, there is no new weapons unlocked and no new assignments. Well, I'm not sure about assignments actually, but I know there are no new weapons, so that's a shame. But there have been a lot of changes because obviously with this download has come a patch as well. And the patch notes are out now. I'll leave a link to them at the bottom as well if you want to check them out. A few things that I've noticed from that are really interesting are things to do with some of the things with the assault rifles. The M16 has had a recoil nerf, which means now that it has a little bit more recoil. So it's no longer the be-all and end-all of assault rifles, which is pretty cool because it means that hopefully there'll be a bit of a wider range of of people using different assault rifles. I think the AEK may now come back into being quite a popular weapon. So the M16 is still a good gun, but it's just been, I think it's just had a bit more recoil put onto it, so it's not quite as deadly accurate at distance, which I think is a good thing. And one of the other large noticeable differences on the patch is to do with the helicopters, and I'm reading straight from the patch notes here, and it says they have removed flares from the gunner position in helicopters. With the right combination of unlocks, an attack helicopter could be effectively invulnerable from lock-on missiles. So what they're saying is there is that a gunner and a pilot, if they were well coordinated, could pretty much alternately flare and pretty much be invincible from any kind of rocket attack or lock-on missile attack. So that's pretty good, I think. It's made the helicopters less invincible. So the gunners can no longer flare. It's just down to the pilot to do that. And also now, air radar now shows all friendly vehicles. And actually, another one I thought that caught my eye was helicopter weapons can now destroy equipment with the splash damage. Now, the splash damage is not the the direct hit of the missile itself; it's the the radial splash damage. So that's pretty cool. It means you don't have to be as much of a sniper with your missiles in the helicopter anymore. So, this seems pretty balanced out. They've taken away some helicopter pros, but they've also brought in some helicopter cons. So it's sounds like they've tried to balance this pretty well. So that's pretty cool. Some of the things that relate to tweaks and fixes. They've changed how MCOM station defend and attack score will be calculated. Victim no longer needs to arm or disarm the crate, but rather be in a 5-meter radius of the crate. Also, increased kills needed for the crate defend ribbon from 2 to 4. So overall, these changes should make it somewhat easier to get the ribbon while increasing the opportunity for strategic play around the MCOM station. So that's pretty cool. That's going to kind of change the dynamic of very close kind of, especially things like Operation Metro, Rush games with the MCOMs are very, close. That could make those gameplays a little bit more interesting. So there's some of the things. I mean, there's hundreds of things in this patch note. I'll leave them in the link below. Lots of things with weapon fixes. The underslug weapons on the AUG and the Scar L now properly benefited from the hip accuracy bonus. So stuff like that. There's lots of hundreds of little tiny tweaks here and there. So hopefully all for the better. But I'm yet to find out myself. As I said, this is all PC or PS3 gameplay even. But I hope you enjoy it, guys. I will have another armor kill video up in the next 2 or 3 days, so stay tuned for that. Please subscribe and give me a like if you like this video. Maybe I'll be able to get one up a little bit quicker for you guys. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I will see you soon.